Now, it's an interesting thing to value what you do because often that also has to be reflected back to you. So as a manager, for example, you need to value what people do. But we've also found working with some organisations that people don't necessarily understand what they do. So we've worked with companies who have people in roles that, let's say it's an agricultural company and you've got people who do this job every day. They measure feed or they do whatever. Now, that's a pretty thankless task actually, and your manager's saying to you all the time, did you get it right? Like, oh, you missed that by a tonne this month, Now, all of that just becomes a stick to beat someone with. If you sit that same person down and say, do you realise that last quarter, you hitting that target every day gained X percentage on that group of cattle, and that group of cattle retaining that weight made us an extra $1.6 million. And suddenly that person feels like they're part of a process and part of something. And it helps then to reward them for the fact that they actually did that. But often they don't understand that. I don't care. If I'm late, doesn't matter. We'll load the truck half an hour late. Okay, well, you load the truck half an hour late. This is what happens. This is the knock-on effect. So people have to understand the work that they do and value the work that they do as part of a team. Future of the workforce. That one just blows my mind. 65% of kids who leave school this year will eventually work in jobs that have not yet been created. So think about that if you're a parent at home with someone in grade 12 and you go, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like, well, what I want to be is 6 different things. So 18 different employers and 6 careers. So not 6 jobs, 6 different kinds of careers. That's kind of hard to imagine. Mostly with parents who were encouraged by their parents to have a lifelong career and often not to take the risk of switching employers. Particularly in the regions. We find this particularly in the regions. And don't forget, we've also got much higher first in family university students here. So it's not uncommon to have generational employment in things. I'm an electrician because dad's an electrician. I'm a builder because dad's a builder. I'm a nurse because mum's a nurse. All right? This changes that and should change that. And in the regions, you should really be encouraging and harnessing the power and the talent of some of these kids in the regions. Right, so what we're focused on a lot, and I said before that the university's changed a lot of the School of Business has re-engineered all of our undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. And what we've focused on is enterprise skills. Some of you who are as old as me would have heard them talked about it as soft skills, okay? Enterprise skills, as we're calling them now. All of this is about critical thinking, okay? The idea that you can be creative, that there's vision, understanding, adaptability. So it's all of these things overlaid with empathy and critical thinking is going to be the way forward. Okay, it's going to be the way to solve these wicked problems, and it has to be things that you are looking for in your employees, but you are also helping your employees develop these things at the same time. That's going to be really important. This report came out in 2017. Now you think about this, what it's actually saying is that for an accountant, you're going to start spending a lot less time doing accounting and a lot more time problem solving, critical thinking, communicating. Now, in 2017, they said this would happen, by 2030. This actually looks probably tenfold higher than all of that right now. So what we know is that accountants are have to be much more focused on strategy and communication and being able to problem solve and do all those things. The maths behind accounting can be automated really easily, okay? Same way that, as an academic, where does my value actually lie? So what is my job? What do I really do? Because if all I do is stand here and gather some facts together and tell you, then that's possibly going to just happen automatically by someone else. So you start thinking very quickly about what it is that you do and what your business is. So this is where we find the enterprise skills are really important.